We need to put that somewhere.
Right, so now...
Bring that bottle of water forward. Just put it up against that.
Yeah, I was going to say, what we can do is... Oh. Is make a thing like that. If we hold that there, if you hold that together, without turning me off. Hopefully, so I'm saying it's rubbish, this one, absolutely rubbish, but it'll hold it, I think, maybe.
How's it going, Doc Michael? Clive Albert, good evening. If you can hear me, could you give us a thumbs up, please? Roxanne's not with us this evening.
Oh, she'll be in the chat.
But she'll be in the chat.
There you go.
Can you grab that?
Hopefully, that when that goes in there, like that. Go in there. And hopefully that is still charging.
We normally don't have it that way round.
So where about you put it there, don't you?
Put it there,
Okay.
where the bottle is, and then have it a bit close, as long as you can see us. You alright?
Look at that.
I'll talk from up there.
If I get that into... There we are.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Hi guys. We are having so many technical problems this evening, but hopefully, if you guys can hear us, then all's well.
That's alright. That's fine.
And give us a thumbs up, guys, and just let us know that we're coming through loud and clear.
Let us know if you can hear us. Ricardo, can you hear us? Hi. Amanda.
Yeah, audio's good.
Audio's good.
Cheers, guys.
Excellent.
Right, I'm going to try and put my happy face on and get positive, because I am shattered. It's been a long day. Roxanne should be in the chat shortly if she's not here already.
Not seen it yet.
I'm just thinking I could turn my brightness up. Let me just
Well,
turn.
you sit back a little bit, then you're fine.
No, I think it's just my brightness needs turning up. Yeah, I thought so.
Okay.
There you go. Right, sorry, we couldn't really see. I want to turn that one off. There you go. What a day. Yeah, so I will tell you my journey, and we can. Well, let's go. Should we start from the beginning?
Let's start from the beginning. Let's start from England.
England. Oh God. Right. So I started work yesterday at 8:30 in the morning, and I live in Devon. I live in Paynton, Devon, and I got sent down to Penzance. That's where I was working for the day. So after I did all my work there at Penzance, I was finished for the day and was on my way home. I was going to drop into Argos, pick up the thermals, because we need some thermals for here, because we really could have done with thermals today, because it was freezing today. It was ice cold, bitter. Not kind of used to this sort of weather. And anyway, so on the way back, to Argos, I got called by my work saying that they need all the parts that I was carrying on my car. So I had to go off to Exeter and drop all my parts in, and therefore when I got to Argos, it was shut. So no thermals, which is a pain, because it was all paid for and just need to collect them, which I was meant to sort out today and get someone to collect them, and I still never did. Oh, anyway, so after I'd done that, I was I was getting a few things ready at home, and then found out that the washing machine previously that I fixed decided to be unfixed. So I had to go to the DIY centre and get all my. This was my catastrophe of a day, trying to get things ready. Sorry, Jack's having a little laugh, a little giggle. So overcoming problems, I had to go down the DIY centre and get all my parts. Once I got all my parts, fixed the washing machine. I got that fixed by 10 o'clock. So that was a resounding success, but 10 o'clock anyway. So managed to iron all my clothes, get things ready till 12 o'clock. So once I got on the road at 12 o'clock, I left my house midnight. I drove to Bournemouth to pick up Sven, and I picked you up for
3 o'clock roundabout.
Around about 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
I had a slow drive to. It only takes about a couple of hours, but I had a slow drive, and because I was a bit shattered, and coffees along the way and things. Picked up Sven, and is that Roxanne in there? Hi, Roxanne.
Yeah. Roxanne's just saying thank you to Kieran for giving us 100 Australian dollars.
Oh wow!
Right.
So Kieran Franey, thank you very
Yeah.
much, my friend, and I'll thank you in person later on
Thank
in
you.
the Discord.
Yes. Yeah. So where was I? I got to we got to Sven, picked him up. Sven come with his. You didn't have a lot of baggage. That was okay.
No, the smaller suitcase, which is why I forgot all my thermals, because I didn't pack them in there because I had them for the bigger case, which I didn't bring.
Damn.
So there we go.
And we had, and you could have brought the bigger case because we had lots.
I could have done because I gave them 13 kilos. Because
me.
because they wouldn't have us having 2 or 3 separate bags. They all wanted it all in one bag.
Yeah.
And we said, well, they gave us a weight restriction of 23 kilograms, but they didn't say it all had to be in one bag. And when we got to the airport, they said it had to be in one bag.
Anyway, we're jumping.
We
Let's
are.
backtrack just
Let's
a little
backtrack
bit.
a little
Just
bit.
a smidge. Because I want you to know what catastrophe it was to get here. The parking at Gatwick is so expensive, isn't it? It's like
It's mental.
it's silly prices, and I wanted to save some money. I'd rather keep all the money on the tour. But I think it was like 70-80 pounds, like for the week, and I didn't want to do that. So we parked a little way away from Gatwick, and then we had a long walk, me and Sven, at stupid o'clock in the morning.
Man. You're talking 5:30 in the morning. It's dark. People are zooming away for work. There's no paths on the side of the road, so you're walking in the middle of the road.
Lorries
with
whizzing
Ben.
past you.
Lorries and buses and things driving past us, so you have to jump onto the grass. The grass was muddy.
We were like immigrants.
We were like immigrants. We looked like we were on the. We did. We looked like we were sort of living from. It was really weird with our bags sort of in dark, all very covert.
Yes, it did, and like with walking along the sidelines of Gatwick, all fenced off,
Yeah.
and it looked suspicious. Luckily there was no security or police or anything, so we got away with it. But it was a good half an hour brisk walk, wasn't it? It was
Yeah, it was a half an hour walk. Yeah.
shattering.
Yeah.
So we finally got in the airport. So we get in the airport and everything seems okay until we get to the baggage, and then my baggage went through, but they want this. We paid extra for the kilos, so we paid extra, but they want it all in one bag. You can't have separate bags. They want, and we thought that was ridiculous. I mean, surely that can't happen, but that's not right. And they did. You had was it 2 or 3?
Yeah, I had my monkey bag that I wear as a sort of I take with me, and then I had the big bag with the duvet in it.
Yeah.
Which you eventually put together with.
And the woman was
sleeping bag.
the woman the attendant was asking him to just basically throw his duvet away.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously,
It's
yeah.
like, what are you on about? We're going to a country where it's -3 gazillion degrees. I'm not leaving my duvet there. That's not happening.
So that wasn't good. Anyway, we got past that. Managed to get there. I managed to squeeze a duvet in with my luggage and your hand luggage. So we managed to have.
Yeah,
that.
we managed to get it all on board as hand luggage, didn't we?
Yeah.
But the games continued with the checking.
So I'm through the check-in, and we are both. Actually, you went in before me.
I went in before you.
So you were before me in check-in, and I was slightly afterwards, and then all of a sudden I'm looking around and think, you bloody sod, he's gone in without me, because he was ahead of me.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm looking around and Sven's gone.
Yeah.
No sign of him whatsoever. And it turned out he hadn't gone in before me. He was behind me because they wouldn't let him in because he had.
I had like liquids that they wanted me to put into smaller containers, like creams or whatever.
So they told him to get lost.
So they told me to go either to throw them away right there, I wouldn't get on the plane, or take my stuff, go downstairs, 2 stories downstairs to a major international airport. Gatwick's big. Go to the chemist, buy the right sized containers that I didn't even know which ones the right size were.
Yeah.
So the woman had to explain it to me. Luckily I had some pounds still left on me, so bought them. Then I had to find a bathroom somewhere to get that stuff from the original containers into the small containers, and then dump the originals.
Yeah.
And then go back to them and go through that whole process again of queuing up,
Yeah.
putting a pass through. Went through the X-ray machine for the 3rd, 4th time.
While I'm having a major panic because I still haven't got a clue where he is.
He doesn't know where I am, and I've been just sent there.
And I've got 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and they're saying that 10 minutes the gate's closing, and then when he finally he gets to me, again they hold his luggage for more scrutiny.
Yeah, they hold my luggage with 7 or 8 other bags, and I'm like bag number 7.
Yeah.
And we've got 5 minutes to board the plane, and we're like, what's going on here? You know, we're going to miss the plane.
So I had to leave him there and then so that I could get to the boarding gate, so that I could at least ask them, can you hold it for 2 minutes or whatever. So we parted each other again.
Yeah.
I went off, and Gatwick is just stupid.
It's weird.
If you're late, you've got to go through miles of perfume aisles, miles of it.
Well,
It's ridiculous.
This is the bizarre thing, right? They wanted me to get rid of all of this perfume and stuff like, not perfume, but, you know, toiletries, right?
in order so that you
what
could buy them.
So you get rid of them, and then what happens is they walk you through. You literally, your path, you have to go, and it goes like a serpentine through all these shops. You have to walk through the perfume shops
So that you can buy perfume.
so you can buy perfume to take back on board with you. So
Scam.
it's absolutely bizarre.
Yeah.
It was like a military security control, wasn't it? It was like really extreme.
Yeah.
Different uniforms, different people looking at different things, and you know.
Well, we were lucky because we went 5 minutes over our boarding, but they were still about 10-15 minutes late anyway. So we still had 4 minutes to spare when we got in. So we were so lucky. And then getting in this crowded airplane and that. And look, takeoff was. I don't like flying. Sven doesn't like flying.
No.
Takeoff was fantastic. Flying was fantastic. There was no issues, no problems. Quite happy until the landing.
Until we arrived over Copenhagen, and then it was absolutely dreadful, and the wings were doing that, and I was thinking, the guy next to me was snoring. I couldn't believe it. I was going to throttle him just out of principle.
Yeah.
You know, it was like, how dare you sleep? I'm dying here, and you're sleeping.
I had white knuckles on that landing.
I was like sweating. I lost about 5 kilos of weight.
Yeah. And the whole plane was quite excited all the way through the flight,
Seriously.
and there was lots of talking, and it was exciting for a lot of people and that. And then all of a sudden, everybody just shut up.
Yeah, everyone was quiet suddenly, and then you realise it was getting serious. And then the plane was wobbling all over the place. You couldn't see anything because it was low clouds as well.
Yeah.
And then suddenly the clouds were gone, and then it was just water.
Yeah.
We were over the water because Copenhagen's right on the water.
And you're descending rapidly.
You're descending really rapidly, so you're thinking, where's the land?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't see. We were sat at the back of the plane.
So for people that not too good with flying like ourselves and all that, it wasn't a favourable experience.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was rubbish. But luckily, Jack the man, the transporter man, he was outside waiting for us on time as usual. So that was all good news. We didn't have to worry too much. I don't think there was any issues getting off this morning.
No, there was no issues getting off. I think we were fine when we got to Denmark. Denmark was actually okay.
Oh, I'll tell you what was bad. We were all cosy and warm in England, cosy and warm in the plane, and the second that we got on the stairs, it was like this wall of ice hit us in the face.
Yeah.
It was ice cold freeze. It was like, my God, it was just like going to another country, really.
Yeah.
Strangely enough.
Yeah, it was really weird. We were the first out of the plane. We were like, this is another good one. We had the 2 seats at the back of the plane, and they fed us in through the front.
Through the front.
So
when there is a back door,
there is a back door
through the back.
But they let us in through the front, so we had to walk past all the passengers that were going this way.
Because there was lots of passengers coming through the back
You know.
door, but we were fed through the front, going against them all the way, and it was just it was chaotic.
And why are we saying all this? Because of course, you know, I don't travel well on planes. I'm not good on planes. Then you've got the tiredness that comes in with it, and then of course we knew that we had a busy day ahead of us as well. You're trying to turn up as stress-free as possible, but there's always something that seems to happen, isn't there? There's always something. You know.
Oh, the parking issues was
Yeah.
just a nightmare this morning,
Yeah.
wasn't it? We just
Stuff like that, and I'm pretty bad when I've got lack of sleep. I'm a bit of a miserable shit. I've got to be honest with you. It takes. I'm not very good when I'm tired. You know, I'm not good. That's not why I'm divorced, by the way. But I'm just saying, you know, it's not why I'm divorced, by the way. But if I told you why I'm divorced, now I'm kidding. So you know, I'm not good at tiredness, and so when you've got the stress of me not liking to fly either, and then you've got some bloke in a uniform who's, you know, like 19.
Yes.
With bum fluff on his face, and he's sort of YTS scheme, that sort of thing, and he's going, sorry mate, can't take your medication with you. And I'm like, well, I need it. You know, and the clock's ticking the whole time. There's people getting nervous behind you because they want to get through as well, and it's packed, and it's like first thing in the morning, like, no, it's like 6:30 or whenever it was, 6:15. We went through the gate at 6:30.
Yeah. Well, I did find as well is that, you know, like on the way in and that they're telling everyone to dump your drinks and all that. You can't take your drinks aboard.
Yeah.
And then they set you through another aisle of all the alcohol.
And the girls in front of us on the plane were drinking drinks that they've just bought in the airport.
Yeah, it's just it's one big scam.
Yeah, it's a massive scam. It's a huge scam. Massive
Yeah.
scam. You know, I mean, just the containers that I bought cost me about $5 American money, right? That's what they cost me to get 2 empty containers to put my stuff in there that I was going to take with me anyway.
Oh, I think we've had another donation there.
We have. There's New Zealand dollars 50.
And who was that off? Do we know?
I'll check here.
It was from Effie Maori.
Effie Maori.
Thank you very much. Do you know everybody's names like Effie Maori and? Do you know
I don't know
people's
Effie Maori's first name, his real name.
About
I
time
thought it was Effie.
Is that your name, Effie?
I'm sure it was Effie. Mr. Maori, we call him.
Fee.
We call him Mau.
His name might be just Fee.
It might be just Fee.
Fee. It'd be nice to know people's names because we've got all these YouTube channel names and like double
Keith. Amanda's just written Keith, and so is
yeah.
Yeah.
That would be more names that I've got to remember. But we should remember them.
We should remember them. Well, I'll remember it now. Keith.
Till tomorrow.
Till tomorrow.
And then need reminding.
I only ever remember them when these donations come up. Funny enough.
Yeah.
So the more that happens, the more I remember the names.
That's right.
The
more that happens.
more that happens, you know what I mean? The more that I can sort of reel off those names.
Please donate so that we can all remember your names.
Yeah. Keep it nice and simple, you know.
Yeah, so we've got a magician in this van, and our magician is Jack. I've noticed this right throughout all the parking. Jack always seems to find parking spaces. Now, we went scouring all over. This city, Copenhagen city, city.
Yeah.
And it's a struggle to get parking. It's really difficult, especially a van this size. And then all of a sudden he finds a parking space which was really suspect. You know, there was a good chance to get a ticket. Went to see some waiters, and some waiters assured me that, yeah, you're not parking there for long. You know, you're going to get a ticket. And Jack's going, yeah, well, we'll take a chance. It'll be all right. It'll be okay. And he's right. We get away with it for the entire day, and no ticket. Everything's okay. And
even the local guys.
Even the local guy said, I bet he's got a ticket, and we were watching it as we were walking closer and closer, and then lo and behold, there was no ticket on there.
There you go.
And we were still there later as well, weren't we?
Yeah,
Because we were sitting there for an hour.
Yeah, we had another hour when we
had another hour with him, had a chat with him and stuff, and a cup of coffee.
Anyway, let's backtrack again.
Let's backtrack again.
But we got some grief at the airport though.
Oh, they got some grief at the airport
you guys did.
No, well, we stopped in.
Just for being there.
Stopped in a taxi stand for a few minutes waiting for you because we knew you were there at Terminal 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And then the airport security come over and say that if we don't, they were threatening us to fine us 800, whatever they use, krones.
Yeah.
And then I worked out how much it was
Just over
afterwards, and it was
€100.
£91.
Yeah, it's about €100. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were taking 7 krona for €1.
It was just for a couple of minutes of sitting outside.
Yeah.
wherever they can make money, they'll make money. You know, I mean, just for being there almost costs money, doesn't it? It's like it's crazy.
Yeah. Let me. I'm going to read out the chat and see.
Okay,
see who's
you
here.
wanna do that, are you? Okay.
Oh well, is that
You
what's
can do
that?
it from this if you want. It's easier.
Yeah.
And what about
Oh
the
right,
bridge?
yeah, I
What about
will
the
do.
bridge today.
It says £77 there, but I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know.
Does that mean that maybe all that comes to 77 or what?
No, it doesn't. That's $150. That is. Well, it might be £77
Yeah.
in English money.
Weird. Yeah, I don't know. I just want to. I'm going to shut that off. I'm going to see about my battery power and that it is charging. So excuse me. I'm just going to put you on the side for 1 second because I don't. Oh. I'm just trying to get. Sorry. I do apologise. We are charging. Good. Sorry.
And
To
what
read
about
them
the
out?
bridge today?
Go for it.
Yeah.
Sven's going to read out the chat.
I'll read out the chat because it's easier to read on this than it is on that. I'll scroll back as far as I can scroll to Scrollistan. And I'll start at the top. So, good evening to you, Kieran Franey. And again, thank you very much for your $100 Australian donation. Much obliged. Thank you very much. Roxanne, good evening to you, my darling. Ricardo Montalvo. Bonus noches. Amanda Globe Denier, good evening to you, my dear. Long time no here. Doc Michael, hello mate. Effie Mowry, good evening to you, fella. Thank you again for your donation. Anthony Dickinson, how you doing, mate? Daniel Kruger. Daniel, I realise who you are there. How's Portugal, my friend? Hope everything's all right down there. Right, just going through. Clouds Behind the Sun, hello, how are you doing? Plague Zero, Justin, how are you doing, my friend? Trinity 4, Dave, my good friend. If it's Dave or if it's Andrea or if it's both of you or all three of you, hello, good evening to you. Nice to see you in the chat. I'm feeling rather large footsteps here after they've left. Stephen Watson, hello there, good evening to you as well. That flat fellow, Tommy, how you doing, mate? Good to see you in the chat. Always, as always. Don Seymour, how's it going? Salutations to yourself as well. And we've got Flat Out Faith. Rosso, how you doing, mate? Thank you again for your donation earlier. Very much obliged. Thank you very much. Very grateful to that. For that, did I say Stephen Watson? I think I did already. And Brian Stavely, how's it going, mate? Good to see you. Emanuela Opperman, good evening to you. Martin Liedke, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. And I do believe Globebusters were in here earlier as well, so good evening to you, Bob, if you're about, or good night, or good whenever, good morning almost, isn't it? I'm losing track of time, me. And that is almost about it. Effie Mex, good evening to you, mate. I nearly missed you there. Carla Red Pill, hello. And I think we've just about done it. Eager Television, hello. I probably said that wrong. And that is just about it. Sven P, good evening to you, mate. You are fab because you're in there and you're also here. How do you do it? Amazing. Unbelievable. Amanda Panda 69, hello, good evening to you, my dear. Sean Becker, hello. And just when you think you've got them all, Vertec comes up. Hello Vertec, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. And I think we're just about done this time round. I'm just going to scroll as quickly as I can. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to also fill the gap, just like John Motson does. Try D, how you doing, mate? Stefan, guten Abend. Ich hoffe, es geht dir gut. And that is about it. Stacey B, of course, one of us. How are you doing, Stacey? When I say one of us,
Excuse
I mean,
me, is there an us and them?
Oh, there is an us and them. We're up with the Discord crew, man. Come on,
With
you
the
know.
Discord crew.
Yeah,
Okay.
the one spreading the word. Well, all of us are. Telex, hi, how are you doing, mate? Cold Steel Truth, good evening to you too. And as he continues scrolling, the scroll seems to get longer and longer. Yes, Golo Busters, Bob, yes, you are still there, that's good.
Come on, guys, everybody say hi just to give them some more work to do.
Super Lead, good evening to you. Nora, hello there, my lovely. How are you going? How are you doing? All right. good. I presume you said yes, so I just answered good. Yippee Sippy. Hello. Nice name, by the way. And that is it now. I've reached the bottom, so to speak. That's my 8 miles of digging. That's it, no further.
There you go.
There we go.
We stuck.
Do you like the way I slipped in a bit of history there? It's good, wasn't it? The 8 miles of digging. Not the 8 inches per mile squared.
No.
Which is also 8, which is fascinating.
Dave, come back.
What can I do, Dave? What can I do?
Yeah, he's been. You were actually doing a bit of Dave today. You doing a bit
I did a bit
on the way there. You did a bit of.
did a bit of sarcastic chit chat.
Was it sarcastic?
No, that's me. I'm
You were
sarcastic.
you were being sarcastic.
I was being sarcastic.
Dave
I
doesn't
can't
know.
help it. Dave's not
Dave's being
sarcastic.
Dave.
Dave's just being Dave. Dave is of the Trinity.
Of the Trinity.
So what is there to say?
And he's
that's
the,
not already
he's
said.
the fourth of the Trinity.
Yeah. Also known as the 3 degrees.
Is it?
So that's another story.
Is it, Dave?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to tell me that one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
Dave, I had a couple of hours sleep on your lovely bed. Maybe my lovely bed, soon to be Sven's lovely bed. And it was freezing. That hatch at the top. How did you do? What's it make do with that? Anyway, so it's job done. It's all taped up. I'm sorry that you didn't really experience that, but something warm and cozy back there now. I got the old gaffer tape out and thought, I'm not having this. This is freezing. Did you not hear it back there? Me, what's it? Pull it. Yeah,
I heard you. Yeah.
You heard that?
Yeah,
It's all properly sealed up with a bag up there. Can you see that? Yeah. Oh God, it was. It's a hell of a draft back there.
Well, as long as it's warm for when I lie there, that's all I'm
That's
worried
all-
about.
oh, no,
That's
I'm taking it
all
down
that
in a minute
matters.
when you- yeah.
You take it down, mate. You do that. That would be.
Wonderful. Anyway, so getting back to it, where were we? We
Where-
managed to get to the site.
We got to the
Oh
site.
no, we were
Well,
walking to the site, and then we were accosted by this Brian geezer.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing because Brian sort of squares up to me.
He's just stepped
I was
out
like,
of the crowd.
I was just taking my sunglasses off, thinking something was going to happen because he stood there like he was going to reach for his Colt.
Yeah.
And
No, I knew Brian was coming.
I didn't know him.
but
I never met him before. I didn't know him.
I didn't know what he looked like, and all of a sudden I'm thinking, I don't know, some sort of troll, Sideman Dad troll or
Yeah,
something.
well, that's what I thought. I thought he was ready to have a little row with us, and then
Yeah.
he said, "Oh, I'm Brian," and I thought, well, he must know you. Like,
Yeah.
And then I shook his hand, and that was it. And then he sort of gave us a bit of advice of where maybe not to go.
He kept on saying, "What's it? Let's go to the skate park." And I'm thinking,
Yeah, I
this
thought
doesn't sound
skate-
like a, you know,
Yeah.
we're going to go to some
Ramps and
kiddie,
stuff.
Yeah, some kiddie skate park.
Half pipes and stuff like
There
that.
you go. Yeah, and it just didn't really fit. And I was getting a little bit more disappointed because as we were walking through this amazing area, you know, on the harbour there, and it just looked just walking right the way through, you thought, oh, I'll go there. It looked fantastic, didn't it?
Yeah.
But then he was saying that, you know, we'll be moved on in in 2 minutes and that. And then when he took us to the skate park, which was right at the end of this corridor of the harbour, it was fantastic where we went.
Had I known that, Martin. Had I known that, mate. It's all right.
Yeah.
He'll know what I mean.
Yeah. So we got there and we set up, and then we had, oh God, what's her name? Sorry, she's watching now, and I've
Anna Sophie.
Anna Sophie.
Anna Sophie was
Yes.
the one with the
Anna
red,
Sophie.
the orange hat. Anna
Yeah.
Sophie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the 15-year-old was Gita.
Gita.
And her parents are both. They sussed flat Earth when she was 10.
Yeah. Hey.
So she's grown up with
Yes.
an open mind, as in aware and open,
Yeah.
not just open.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she's now got she's what's it? All,
P900.
all kitted out with the P900.
She's going down tomorrow to do lots of photos of a coastline that's 30-something kilometres away. She's going to do that tomorrow from Denmark, looking over to Sweden. I think she said there's a stretch of water, and
Right.
if on a clear day, she'll get some good
I
photographs.
would imagine because of the cold and all that, it probably is crystal clear now.
Probably, if she goes there at the right time, she'll get great pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So so they both come, and it was fantastic. 'cause
Casper came as well. Remember him? He was there for an hour or so. He had the hood up, and
I only met him briefly.
yeah, he was having a chat because he wasn't totally on side with the whole flat Earth thing, but he was very aware of the fact that it's riddled right the way up the system and stuff. So he was pretty much sort of 2/3 of the way there.
Yeah.
It didn't take much work to get
Yeah.
him. He's already sort of halfway on it, but he just needs a bit of convincing.
Yeah.
So
what's her name? Anna Sophie.
Anna Sophia.
Anna Sophie. What?
Anna Sophie.
Anna
Anna
Sophie.
Sophie. Gita.
And she's been waiting to get on this to meet us for over like a couple of months or so. Like she's been, because she thought that we were. In fact, we've changed the date on this 3 times, unfortunately, and it was all due to lack of drivers and almost, I've been saying to people, there was still a good likelihood that, depending on weather, because if it had all turned into snow and all that, we still might not have made it, this time of year. But it's we've been lucky. We've been extremely lucky.
But to bless her tenacity, to still come.
Yeah.
Along, she could have given up by now and thought, sod this for a game of soldiers, but she didn't. She was there, and she was really happy to see us.
And a great help as well she was today, and she had a few conversations. She got stuck in, handing the leaflets out and that. No, it's really good. No.
She was the money.
Yeah. And it was great.
Yeah, bless her. She was only a young girl. She must have been in her early 20s, I would say.
Yeah.
Late teens, early 20s.
24.
24.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, there you go. And she gave us 200 Danish kroner.
Yes.
That she had, and she said she loves what we're doing and everything. She thinks it's great. Gita, she was sort of going on about. She said, "I'm really honoured to meet you and everything." She was like, well,
Did she come to meet us, or did she?
"No, she by coincidence."
Coincidence.
I love that.
Yeah,
I really
pure,
do love
pure.
that.
She said to me, and Brian said it as well, and so did Anna Sophie. They all said the chances of a person who feels so alone, thinking the way she does,
Yes.
to suddenly stand there and meet 7 like-minded people, like, boom, welcome to the family sort of thing. And she was, overwhelmed by it.
Yeah.
But because she had her little
And she's now swapped numbers with everybody else. And
Yeah.
Well, they all did.
Well, they all sort of did, and
Yeah.
I think I only swapped number once. I think with Brian gave us his card.
Yes.
And I swapped. Enzar gave me his number. We
Enzar.
swapped on WhatsApp, so he's now on our Discord.
Yes.
And we're getting just a little bit of advertising. And so we pretty much Anna Sophie.
Yeah.
We managed to hook up on Facebook, so we've got the messenger thing going on as well. So it's great to sort of connect with lots of different people. I mean, we've got almost a base now in Scandinavia, certainly in Denmark. I mean, if we ever came here again, we wouldn't have a problem.
That's it. And Brian said he's going to be doing his own banners and all of that soon. Which is, he said, watch the space. He said that he's getting on top of this.
This is a guy who's ridden a bike where?
I think he said the whole of Europe.
Across Canada.
Canada.
Oh,
Canada.
he did that as well.
Yeah.
He said the whole of Europe as well.
Yeah.
He said exactly what our trip
and
we've
Europe.
done
Yeah.
on a bike.
He did our trip, but on a bike. So I shall never complain again.
So we thought we were nuts doing this one, and
Yeah.
he's completely off his head.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know. Well, can you imagine doing that on a
But these
bike?
are people. One thing I've noticed is these people put their money where their mouths are. You know what I mean? They
Action.
don't. They turn up, but they also muck in.
Yeah,
They get involved,
Bit of action.
and they'll even throw you a few quid and buy you dinner as well.
Thank you very much, Brian.
So Brian's watching. Thank you. I hope he is.
Dinner was on Brian tonight. We actually went to a pizza place first. Brian took us to the posh pizza place, and they took one look at us lot and said, no, thank you, we don't want your business.
Yeah, they wouldn't serve us. Well, they basically said the tables were reserved, which of course they
Which
weren't.
The whole restaurant
room,
was
it was
empty.
all
Well,
empty.
2 rooms, and they were all empty.
They were all empty. They could have put one. They could have put one of us in each bloody room, and we would have had space to spare.
We could have had a table each.
Easily. Easily. And because Brian was saying the Danes don't go out yet for dinner anyway, so we had an hour and a half easily where we could have just sat there, eaten, gone, and they would have still got their evening guests in.
But I'm glad the way it worked out, because they were a little bit snotty, weren't they? And then we went to another pizza place round the corner, and they bent over backwards to make us sort of feel welcome and happy, and made sure
They were cool, yeah.
They didn't. I'm on a vegan diet, and they didn't have any vegan pizzas and all that. And they said, no, not a problem. We will make something up for you. And they worked a lovely pizza for me. It's gorgeous. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. Yeah, it was a really good night. Thank you very much, Brian. Do appreciate that. And then we had Enzar. Enzar, he was from your neck of the woods somewhere, wasn't he? He was speaking in your language and that. Say that again?
Banja Luka.
Banja Luka.
And he was from Bosnia, right?
Bosnia, yeah.
He's
Yeah,
Bosnian.
yeah. And what's it? So you'll be he'll be joining maybe FEMX shortly as well. I'll
Yep.
put that in.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a bit of a treat to see that you guys because you were thrilled, weren't you, when you found out?
No, of course, yeah.
Yeah,
You always are.
you are, yeah, of course. And it's again, Enzo now realizes that he's not alone. You know, like we're all out here. Well, you know, it was a really good night. So I mean, yeah, but we're backtracking. So what happened today? Did you have any conversations?
I had quite a few conversations today. There was one guy who came and was really politely asking if you could take photographs of the stand as well. Did you notice
I've
him?
seen quite a few of them taking
Yeah,
photos.
there were quite a few. And I did have conversations, but it sort of came and went. The day it was really. I mean, I had to ask Vertek earlier. So I had to ask him on the Discord. I said, "How did it seem today?" Because for me, it all went.
Yeah, it did.
It just
me.
flew. You know, I was just like, it was 1 minute you were flying, next minute you were in Copenhagen, next minute you were meeting all these new friends,
Yeah.
and then you were doing activism. The
Yeah,
activism
yeah.
almost sort of happened
Yeah.
while everything else was happening. It was one of them.
Really quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I don't nothing at the moment. It's all a bit of a blur. I
Well,
don't.
I got two conversations.
Yeah.
Well, one was the meteorologist.
Right.
You know, like that was. I did enjoy. It was a good. Thing is, he can still bring something to the table that I know nothing about.
Yeah.
You know, like, when that's okay, but like, he was respectful. He was listening. But I think he's quite sure of himself. That's kind of the problem. And I think it was his wife. Turned up, and she was some sort of social science something or other. I didn't catch it.
Oh, we had the chap there, didn't we? The surveyor guy, as Brian called him,
We had him.
and
as
he was
well.
stood around for about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And every now and then he'd drop in a question. It was one of those
He
where
was listening.
he was
really
listening.
was
He
listening.
wasn't quite on that side
Yeah.
yet, but he was certainly, as a surveyor, I'm sure that a lot of the information we were giving him was clashing with.
I was leading him over to. Was it Bob's got on Globe buses? He's got some surveyor. He did some
yeah.
pieces on that. I need to.
Maybe Bob, if you're listening, maybe you could help us out when you did that. You did something on surveying. I'm pretty sure there was
And
a
it was
show
a-
that you did.
You know what? It might not have been Bob.
Or it might not have been Bob,
Jaren.
it might have been.
Because on Jaren there's some.
I can't remember where I watched it, but I do remember seeing something about
It
that.
was about the theodolite and that, and it was to do with the perspective and things. And
Yeah. It might have been Jaron, it might have been Bob. I'm not too sure.
that's the problem. We
But
watch so
definitely
much.
a Mark Sargent video with a surveyor in it.
Yeah, he's
Right,
done one
you're
as
quite
well,
right.
hasn't he?
Yeah. I
Um,
forgot about that one.
But
Yeah.
whoever, I don't know who's done it, but I'd like to. That was a good one. That. But I can't remember what sort of surveying you did exactly. I can't remember.
It was to do with like farm and land.
So landscapes and stuff,
yeah,
was it?
something like that.
Mm.
You know, but he was asking a lot of questions and trying to, But I think he even knew as well a lot of it that he held were just beliefs, and that, we clarified that for him. Anyway, so yeah, I think the day was a resounding success.
It was a good day because it was cold, but we knew it was going to be cold. We handed out quite a lot of leaflets. There were lots of conversations going on at different times all the time, wasn't there? I don't remember having a conversation longer than 5 or 10 minutes with anybody.
No. Well, I say the meteorologist and that,
Yeah.
and most of the surveyor, they were the two longest conversations, I think.
Yeah, I had a conversation with the surveyor as well.
He was with us a couple of hours.
Yeah, he was. He was there for a while.
Yeah,
He was there for a while, and he spoke to pretty much all of us.
All of us, yeah.
So he was obviously getting stuff from everywhere and sort of piecing it all together a little bit.
Yeah.
And Brian was saying when he was speaking to him in Danish, he wasn't responding very well. But as soon as he was using his English,
Really?
he was more responsive to what we were telling him, which
Wow.
is quite interesting as well.
Yeah, it is.
Interesting little. There we go. But yeah, but I felt like we did well though. I felt like we did a lot today though.
Yeah.
It did feel like that.
Yeah.
Um,
I have actually. This time? I've been in these temperatures before. When we did, was it Birmingham? I think it was Birmingham. When we first did Birmingham, and it was snowing that day. It was such a cold day. I don't think you was with us
Was
then.
that the
was
year
you?
before?
It was the year before,
I didn't
yeah.
do that.
It wasn't on the UK tour though. It was before then as well.
Right.
Charlotte was with us. I think Ruben was with us.
Is that when you did the boat?
It was before then.
Really?
God, we've been doing this a while now. don't realise, you know. So it's weird, isn't it? Because I've been doing it for a while, and yet you've probably done more activism days than me now. Wow. Like, Lisa's now become a veteran. Wow. How weird is that? I'm going to have a count up. I'll have to have a count up and see who's done the most. I think Lisa might be just overtaking me. How strange. You know, because you don't realise, I mean, well, yeah, because it's not just 39. You were on the UK tour with us as well, and
Yeah.
you know, I don't mean on this tour. I mean last year you were on that one as well. Yeah, you did a few days then. Didn't you?
6 days altogether.
6 days on that one. You know, and you still did any other? You haven't been Speaker's Corner yet, have you?
No.
So you haven't done London.
No.
All right.
Never
okay.
had a chance.
Yeah, so in that case, she's not a veteran yet. No one's a veteran until they've done Speaker's Corner, you know, because it's full on. It really is. It's full on, and you're in troll defensive mode, you know, trying to slap these guys out the way, you know, like to get to the real people, you know, not the fake people.
I look forward to attempting that.
Trinity 4 says hi to Jack.
Yeah. Is Jack here?
Love you, man.
Are we live?
We are live, I think. Yeah, we're definitely.
We're
Are
live?
we live?
We're live.
Are we live?
There you go. Is he? Yeah.
Hello, mate.
Just another couple of quick shout outs before I forget the names. I'll have to scroll back up, so bear with me. Lifting the Lid, Robin is in town. Hi there, Robin. Nice to see you in the chat, mate. Just scrolling up just to see who else we've got here. Zenith is in the chat as well. How are you doing, Zenith? Nice to see you.
Yeah, we left a little bit early for Zenith.
Yeah.
So apologies for that, Zenith. I did see you go. Grrr! he wasn't too pleased because I think he just joined and we were going. Yep, see you later. We're off.
Miroslav Kordic, hello there to you as well. Good evening, good night, good evening. It is very late now, isn't it? And they were really the only ones of Gary Bennett, if I've not mentioned you, good evening as well. And that's about it. Gary, if you've got any questions about the Discord and you already know the answer to it, then maybe the question is unnecessary. Just saying.
Just saying.
That's it.
Okay.
For the moment.
Right. So, Jack and Lisa, they come all the way. Where did you come from? What, before here?
Yeah, let Lisa tell a story.
Oh, well, we've got some stories to tell.
Story,
Lisa, yeah.
no,
There you go. Let me bring this round up.
not
We-
a story, but
There she is.
We were in Switzerland, and then we went from Switzerland to Germany, and then to Holland, and there after the 3-hour hangout, we drove through the night, and didn't stop till 9 in the morning. Slept for 3 hours, and the next morning, Jack drove the van to fix the tyres.
Right. Oh, so we've got the
By
new
which
tyres,
time-
haven't we?
By which time I was actually still asleep. And
You
I
did it
woke
by
up.
yourself. Jack did it
Right,
by-
and I woke up to a really big guy in the driver's seat. And I was like, what the fuck are you? I just went crazy.
Oh my god!
I was sure that she is sleeping.
Oh dear,
So-
dear. This is
And then I kind of figured it out because I was just waking up.
guys. This isn't the first time. I left Lisa asleep one day on the ferry. And I didn't realise that they locked all the doors below with all the traffic, and then I had to go and get somebody at reception to say, look, you know, I've got someone sleeping in the van still, and she's gonna freak out. She can't get out of that, you know, like whole And then when we got here, she was still fast asleep. It wouldn't have mattered. Sound though. So yeah, it's not the first time. We got damn. Anything else going on?
So then we did the laundry, and we drove till the evening till about midnight or something. Arrived in. I think we got to Denmark by then, yeah.
Yep.
And then we just drove the next day, but we only had an hour to go this morning.
No, that
so-
was one of your longest journeys as well.
Yeah, we lose a little this.
Yeah. And again, toll roads and things and all that. But yeah, so you know, like a lot of money was consumed trying to. Let's get that back over there.
I've got it. Got it.
Yeah, so a lot of money was consumed over that. I'm getting to the money, and I'll explain why in a second. Yeah, so I mean, like with the fuel and things, and the tyres and things, and we did extra help for the tyres and all that. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, that was it. We're low again, and just we got down as low as that's one of the lowest that we've got. We were down to about £83.
Yeah.
Okay, we had a few donations from who it was Anna.
Anna Sophie gave us 200 Danish
Sorry.
kroner. Ensar gave us 500 Swedish kroner.
And Brian was it so
And then
fantastically
we got-
paid for the meal.
Brian paid for the meal, so
So we're on a basically what we're saying is that we are on a shoestring. At
we
the
did
moment.
what we sort of.
And what about the bridge?
I'm
Did
just
you-
getting up. Just
Oh.
it's coming. It's coming.
Right,
All
yeah.
in order.
Okay.
All in order. So we got to the bridge, and is this one of our most expensive tolls?
Yeah.
Well, the other one we had was when we got told in Portugal that we owed 106. Remember that, or 107? And we said give us the paperwork instead.
Yeah.
Remember that in Portugal?
Yeah.
When the guy said you owe because your thing ran out after 12 hours.
Yeah, after 24 hours.
24 hours, that was it, right? And we were like
12.
12. Yeah. And he was like, we've got it here, we paid for it. He's like, no, it's run out after 12 hours. So and our argument.
Oh yeah, because you were still on the toll road.
Well, our argument to him was, yeah, but we stayed the night somewhere. So what
Yes.
you're doing is people are staying the night, and when they come to drive through your tolls,
They want-
the tickets have run out
yes.
and expired, which means they've got to then pay the full whack. That's what they were doing.
Yeah, another scam.
Another scam.
Anyway, so where I am at
12 hours, Dave. Yeah, thank you.
Where I am in Devon, I have to go over this bridge, and it costs me £1.50 every time that I go over this bridge in Devon. Just £1.50. And this bridge that we had to go over, I almost had a heart attack, and I'm telling Jack, no, let's find another route. And it turns out, well, there is no other route. We're going to Oslo. We have to go over this bridge,
Yeah.
and they wanted 100 and
6 or
100. Yeah,
106. 106 it was.
Yeah.
106 euros.
It was euro. It was 106 euros just to go over a bridge. This is nonsense. It really is. And I, as I say, at first I'm telling Jack, no, let's reverse. We'll go off somewhere else. But I managed to get on Google and quickly go through the routes. And to go on Google, and you can press a button there to say avoid tolls, avoid ferries, and all that. And it still says you're going through this bridge.
Yeah, you had to go through that to get anywhere.
Yeah.
But then we had the two customs guys, didn't we? The lady.
Yeah, they were quite nice.
Yeah,
really.
they were very nice. They were particularly nice because she mentioned the fact that Sven was a Swedish name.
Yes.
We were-
So we got it. We had to pay 106 euros, but we got through because Sven was.
Thank you. You know, all I want is a little bit of acknowledgement every now and then. That's all I ask for. Nothing else. You know.
Are you sure nothing else?
Nothing else, mate.
Are you
Certainly not
positive?
that top you're wearing under that thing there.
Have I still got that on?
Yeah, you got some.
Oh yeah,
Just
I had to annoy what's it, Sven? I mean, come on. I mean, like
It's bad,
he can't have it all, eh? Bring his Evertonian crap into my
Dear,
life.
oh dear, oh
I had
dear.
to show him a little bit of proper football team.
See, where were we?
Where were we?
Yeah, so we
did the bridge.
So we did the bridge. That was us basically crossing from Denmark into Sweden. So that cost us money. So we paid the toll money, and then 10 yards further on was the border.
Yes.
And then she wanted all our passports, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we got through. That was it.
Yeah, and
She looked at my passport, looked at it was British obviously, and then she said, "Sven is a Swedish name." And I went, "Well, it is, but
and
I'm
he's
not."
beaming.
But I was a bit. Well, I'm not Swedish, am I? So I couldn't really sort of say, "Yeah, I'm one of you guys." Well,
Yeah,
it wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that.
But expensive. Expensive.
I kind of like fell asleep a little bit. And so how far did we get? I haven't got a clue where we are.
We have 4 hours and a half.
We've got 4 hours to go.
Yeah, and a
All
half.
right, okay.
Good evening,
Fair
Karen.
enough.
Hello there. How are you doing, my love? Are you right?
So, but it's a day off tomorrow, isn't it? So it's a day
Yeah.
travelling tomorrow. So we got it's nice and easy, really. You know, makes no difference whether we're cold here or cold there.
No.
No, but it'd still be nice to kind of get there. It would be nice to actually walk around and have a day off, and
Of course,
I could charge up things and stuff, and you know, get the place in. I don't know if there's anything else to get in order.
Sir, thank you very much. Lady Karen, thank you very much.
So anyway,
The nobles amongst us. Sorry, we'll get back to you commoners in a minute.
I,
It's just,
I
you know.
didn't- we didn't close the sale.
Oh no.
As in, yeah. So all that costs loads of money, and
Yeah.
we're desperately needing help of some extra, some extra help. So please and thank you. Yeah, we could do with. We're on the last. What was we saying? We want some finish.
Well, it's a finish line fundraiser, really, is what we'd like to call it. Finish line, because Finland is the last country that we're going to. Justin, the genius who came up with that little
yeah. So
gimmicky
this-
name, yeah. So really, this is about basically getting us back, really, to all intents and purposes. You know,
there.
we're nearly there.
On the
but
home straight.
we're on the home straight, but we still have to compete. We can see the stadium, but we want to get in and run that last lap.
Yes.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And in order for us to do that, we need to keep, even if it's small amounts, but we have to just keep some sort of flow of money coming in a little bit, because
Yeah.
otherwise we're going to get stuck, and then we're going to end up with a decision of, do we pay the toll or do we wait?
Yeah.
And then you're going to add days to it. Well, it would just ruin everything, wouldn't it?
Well, that's
We've
told
got
that.
ferries to well, we've still got a ship to catch.
I say that bridge just
You know.
wiped us out. That did.
That bridge there, the €106, we never thought, we
I
didn't
mean, there was
even.
no way of getting out of it because the only other option
Yeah.
would be a ferry, right?
Yeah, the other option would have been a ferry, which would have been just as expensive and 3 times as long.
Yeah. Anyway, so we are. I can't even show, but we're meeting Ingrid tomorrow. Hope you're watching, Ingrid. Looking forward to meeting you tomorrow. We are going to the central station.
Yeah.
So that's where we're meeting up tomorrow. Hopefully, not tomorrow. Ingrid, please, not
Sunday,
tomorrow.
Sunday.
If I've said tomorrow, I am absolutely bonkers. We are travelling tomorrow. It will be the next day. You know what? I'll have to quickly text her just in case she's not watching, because I probably have said tomorrow. Yeah, not tomorrow, Ingrid. Hopefully you are watching, and hopefully if there's anybody else in Oslo, please come out and meet us. We had a great time in Copenhagen. We had 4 people. Well, we had 3 people come out and meet us. We actually had 4 people come out and meet us, and we had a 5th as well, which was by chance. Which is really good. So hopefully we can have more people come out and meet us.
Well, today was good for all sorts of reasons, because we had people who came specifically to meet us. We had people who came hoping we were going to be there, who'd been waiting for us in the past. We had people who came on the pure off. They just walked along there and happened to see us. I mean, you know,
Yeah, that's it.
those are the sort of moments where you think, I don't care what conversations I had, because that alone was like
Yeah,
amazing in
yeah,
itself, because
yeah.
that alone is already, you know, that spread the community, that, because they're now going to be on here. They didn't really know too much about the update shows and all that sort of stuff, and what channel to watch what and things like that, you know. So now that there's, you know, we did it, and we all said today as well, sorry, just briefly, but we all said today as well that you know, none of them have got friends in their own areas where they live that they can talk about this stuff with, you know. And I don't know about you guys, but it's the same with me. You know, when I go back to Bournemouth, there's no one there I can talk to about this team. Maybe 1, maybe 2 people at most, and then I have to choose my words carefully as well.
Yeah.
You know, but it's so refreshing to be able to bump into
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
But they
yeah.
all got the same dilemma.
These meetings are so important.
So these meetings are vitally important.
Yeah.
You know, vitally important.
Yeah. I'd like to see a lot more people get out. I mean, it was a really good news seeing that Brian's going to get out with his banners, and he's going to be doing some activism soon. But you guys as well. I mean, like, there's 1 or 2 of you and that are more than capable of getting some banners put together, and it's baby steps. Get out there and just talk to a few people. You know, like maybe put a t-shirt on or something and provoke some conversations. That's what Robin did. Robin literally just put in Robin from Lifting the Lid. Just put down a small banner on the floor. Sat on his bench. Having some interaction with his dog, and I always find that his dog actually brings people over to the conversation, and then he can get this conversation going. Guys, I mean, like, that's what it's all about. If you can have a conversation for 1 or 2 people every day, you know, this would spread like wildfire. You know, like.
Stacey B, when you're talking about love talking to you all even in the VC, are you talking about the voice chat that's in the Discord by any chance?
Or why was you thinking like the Fiat Kong or something?
No, the Victoria Cross medal.
Oh right, okay. Just shows you there's other VCs.
There's other VCs. Vehicle checkpoint is another one.
Right.
That's a military one. Yeah. Yeah, just kidding, just kidding. I'm just trying to plug it. That's all. That's good. That's good to see you. We just spoke, didn't we, about an hour or so ago? Stacey B, that is.
Yeah. And thank you so much, all you moderators. We don't give you enough credit, you know, like looking after the chat all of this time. I keep seeing all of these links and all that always pop in. Thank you so much for all the help that you do.
Yeah.
And Roxanne, thank you very much for joining us, even though that we had so many technical problems and we couldn't get Roxanne's channel off the ground properly, you know, like with a full link up and that. We couldn't even do it properly at my end because we couldn't get my laptop charged, and hopefully we'll have that sorted out tomorrow night. Tomorrow there is no there's no activism tomorrow, but there will be, I don't know, there might be some sort of activism, we'll see. But there will be some updates.
Yeah, there will. I think, you know, at the moment, because it's our final stretch, we need to, whether we're travelling or activating people, you know, we want to sort of keep the good people at home informed, and so I think we should still
we'll do
stream,
something.
even if it's just 10-15 minutes tomorrow night.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
we'll do something.
We'll do something. We'll come on
just
at some stage.
Just to bring you along with the journey and show you about, and you know, let you see what we see.
We might even just, if we hit a good spot tomorrow or something, we might even do a live stream out and about where we'll just show you a few sites and have a little chat and walk and talk you through it as a change.
I'd have to say, how many we got in? We've got 65.
65 here.
Yeah, 65 people here and all that. And I hazard a guess and say that most of you have donated. Thank you so much, you know, like for all you people that donate. There'll still be 1 or 2 people of you that are sat on the fence with donations and maybe that you haven't donated. You've probably enjoyed what we've been doing and that. Come on, guys, you know, like. If you could just help out on this final stretch, we're nearly there. We're nearly home free. Tour's nearly done, you know, like, but like just that little tiny bit of extra push will see it through. I think anyone else got anything to say? Any final words, or have we?
Love you all.
Yeah. Jack is expressing his love to everybody, of course, as we do. Yeah, I'd just like to really reiterate what Jason just said. Please, 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 don't forget about us in terms of we need bits and bobs of cash coming in now to keep this going. Otherwise, we ain't going to make it to the end. It's that simple, really. You know, we're doing what we can here in minus 20,000 degrees Kelvin. It's that cold,
and I haven't bought the final. I haven't paid for the final ferry yet, as well.
Yeah, it's so cold here that Pluto is hotter than the sun by comparison. You know, that's how cold it is here.
Is it really that cold?
It's very cold.
I've got this heat on. Full? There is a draft coming from somewhere. My legs are cold. Where's that coming from?
Down here.
Yeah, I am cold.
Comes through here a little bit.
All right, okay.
So it's,
no problem.
But no, just to keep it coming, please, guys. Really, that's you're our. I'm going to start quoting Star Wars things now. You're our only hope. But I ain't going to call anyone Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah, you know, and we've got a lot of driving ahead of us now. So it's going to be, you know, it's going to pull on the old petrol tank. but you know, let's hope we can get there. But we will definitely stream tomorrow at some point, and I'll keep people informed as well as to when we're going to do that. Apart from that, I personally feel extremely fulfilled, even though I've not slept now for a day and a half. But I don't feel like I haven't slept. I've got this sort of second wind now, if you know what I mean, like a little bit energised.
I think I had about an hour's kip.
Yeah.
Feel.
But
Okay.
I think I'll probably sleep like a log later.
How does one of them sleep?
Rather wooden,
Wooden.
very
Stiff.
barking mad.
Barking.
They are logs. Yeah. On another note, anyway, so yeah, that's all I can say really to that. And we'll see you probably tomorrow when we stream to you. We'll be in Norway.
I just thought as well, if anyone can, it's probably already been done several times and all that, but put links in for the PayPal and the GoFundMe. The GoFundMe is, yeah, probably a bit more redundant now, isn't it? I think we're just on PayPal links now, are we?
PayPal links is the best, isn't it?
It's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, PayPal links will get to us direct the quickest. So yeah, and I'm just thinking. Apologies. There may already been some PayPal donations, but I can't really see because my phone's tied up with because I'm looking at
Yeah.
you.
Well, you can use this if you want. It's easy to read. Just scroll up. About 10-second delay.
No, it's my PayPal.
Or your PayPal.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
No problem. That's okay. I wonder if I can just. I might be able to just do that and get back to. Let's try and find PayPal there. Hopefully we're still here. Yeah, so thank you for the donate earthly goods. I've just seen that. Thank you very much. Yes, I think. What's that? Is that like an hour? We've only been on an hour, haven't we?
We've been on just over an hour now. Yeah. So.
Run out of things to say? I've run out of things to say.
Well, yeah, run out of things to say. I mean, we could go into more detail about stuff, but we don't have to. We don't have to keep people.
Think,
You can
watch
tell
out
them
for this update.
That's making the mechanics. If you want to.
What's that?
Hmm?
You know it, you can tell it.
Go on.
Yeah,
I
go for it.
I wasn't there. He was there.
Uh,
He told me about it.
Go on, Jack. Let's have it.
Have you read what Clive wrote?
it's nothing. It's just let's make those mechanic guys inside and boss. It was one boss and 3 guys.
The screen's gone black.
I don't know what you did. You pressed the button.
What's happened?
I don't know.
What's happened? What's happened? What's happened?
Oh yeah, you must have pressed that.
Oh, there we go.
There you go. Yeah. So say that again. You met these mechanics.
Yeah, when I go to search where do I gonna get the tires,
Yes.
so in the 9 o'clock I get this store,
Yeah.
and he says that he don't have the tires for us,
Okay.
but that he can have it till noon.
All right. Okay. That wasn't too bad.
So yeah, so at 1 I can come back
Yeah.
and fix the tires.
Yeah.
So I fixed the tires, and already I heard the 2 guys that are scrambling a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I go pay, I talk to this boss man.
Yeah.
I see that he's like familiar for the conspiracies that are happening, but not the flat earth. of
Yeah.
So I want to pay in same time with the card,
Yeah.
but the card don't work there.
All right.
So
Okay.
the 3rd guy drives me with the car to the
Cash machine.
cash
ATM.
machine,
Yeah.
yeah. And that was 2 minutes there, 2 minutes back, 5 minutes maybe.
So you got to talk.
Yeah, 5 minutes. I got him totally.
There you go.
I got him totally.
Boom.
He knows a little. He knows that he's corrupted. Everything that is a lie.
Yeah.
He just didn't know it in which hard scale, and he was afraid.
Yes.
Okay, so when I talked to him,
Yeah.
he was like, very happy.
Yeah.
And in the end, of course, I have to give all of them the leafers, the
Yeah.
cards, and the extra leafers.
There you go. And that's what I'm
The
saying.
friends, so 4 of them were smacked just by
Yeah.
fixing our car.
Well, that's what I just said before. It doesn't have to be an activism day. You can just
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
conversation.
Yeah.
That's all
And
it
we
is.
left a pile of leaflets in the supermarket as well.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
In
You,
Germany.
Yeah,
you
it
put a
was
picture
nice.
on that. We watched it. We've seen
Yeah.
that. Well done. Well done, guys. Yeah. I'm not sure what. Well, whatever boxes of leaflets we got, we're gonna when we get to finally get to Leicester Square, we're gonna really hand them leaflets out. You know, like so. I'm hoping that there will be a big turnout, and you know, like and anyone passing through Leicester Square is going to get one of these leaflets.
Yeah.
Anyone and everybody. Let's get that back there. There he is. That's the man.
Oh, us. Yeah.
So
So there we go, and people are egging me on to do a duet with Lisa. I think I'll pass on that one. People are asking me to do a duet with you. Doc Michael is pushing for us to do a duet. So does that mean we're going to have to activate Alex to get him to play guitar in the background?
I mean, I'm saying that. I mean, can you sing?
Can I sing?
I don't know.
I can yodel.
You can yodel.
You mean
What?
a duet with a drum?
No, duet as in, well, I'm imagining he's thinking about, is he on about singing?
Oh, I mean, that's what a duet is.
Doc Michael,
Duet.
do you really think I can sing? I'm not too sure about that.
No. I'd rather hear Jack sing.
I'd rather
see Jack's moves. Oh, no, what's it? It's like that. No, he's not. No, that's what's that. No, he does that, doesn't he? I love it. It's the new Jack move. No.
Yeah, very, very bubbly, floaty, isn't it? Very much so. Yeah.
Because that was the first move that he did when it was you guys who were dancing in the service station. Was it the service station that
Yeah.
you
It
just
was
paid a certain and
Gas station.
that was awesome watching you guys come out of there.
Yeah.
You know, like-
The
Well,
guy-
here's one for you. Here's one for you. I'll do a duet with Lisa on a live stream if we get some donations in.
Yeah,
Because a few people-
What's got to happen?
A few people have mentioned it in here, so
There you
Well,
go.
We'll have to pick a
what
song.
Are we gonna sing then?
I haven't got a clue.
It's got to be. I think it's got.
It ain't gonna be "I Got You, Babe."
No,
that's
no.
for sure.
I thought. You know, like because of where it has to be an ABBA song tomorrow.
It's got to be an ABBA song.
Has to be.
The winner takes
Money,
it
money,
all.
money.
Money, money, money. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Well done, Lisa.
Yeah, we'll sing "Money, Money, Money" by
I
ABBA
don't
as
know
it's a
if I
Swedish
can
band.
sing
Well,
that,
actually, we're
but-
going to be.
No, yeah, I know, but whatever you're going to do, it's not you that's got the problem. Yeah, don't you worry yourself, Lisa. Yeah, and further donations will make them shut up.
Dave just said, "Send a soundtrack of me snoring."
All right, okay.
Apparently, I snore. Now I don't believe that. I think that's just a. A
It doesn't
rumor.
matter. You've been put in the in the cabin aft of our ship here. So hopefully we won't be able to hear
The
you.
aft, yeah, the aft, absolutely. So, Doc Michael saying Pavarotti, Othello, or Los Tres Amigos. Yes, okay. Well, I think we'll leave the three.
Maybe we
three
could do
amigos.
a Pavarotti version of "Money, Money, Money" by ABBA. That's it. You know, bit of a.
How do you say money in Italian?
Don't know.
Anyone know how you say money in Italian?
Dinero in Spanish.
Money, money,
I
money.
don't know if it's the same.
It's Geld in German. What's it in French? Money. Dinero, Cold Steel Truth says. But isn't that
No.
Spanish?
Maybe it's Italian as well.
Might be.
they're similar.
Well, it's all Latin languages, I suppose. The similarities.
Mm.
Geld is German. Thank you, Emanuela Opperman. Yeah. FEMX Lira. Very good. That's a good one. That Lira. In
That's the
Italian, what's money in
currency.
Italy? Of course it is. He's playing. Well, they've actually got the euro now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but even the euro is still money.
Well, I used to go to Italy when it was still liras, so I kind of know that.
Right. Okay. So what was the point in all that? Lira? We want some lira.
I forgot.
We forgot.
Soldi, there we go. Thank you, Karen B. Karen
No.
B did the right thing. She looked it up.
Right.
There we go. Thank you very much.
What's the point? What is money in?
Isoldi.
What's
Isolde.
We'll have to
in
think
Swedish?
of a better
In
song
Italian.
than...
In Swedish, what's it in Swedish? Yeah, we'll have to think of a
that's more to
better.
the point. you know.
Swedish and Norwegian. We're going to Sweden. Well, we're in Sweden,
We're in Sweden.
but we're going to Norway, aren't we? Are we not going to Norway first, and then we're coming back to go to Stockholm? We're driving
Yes.
through, aren't we?
Yeah, it's alright. I
Or
haven't
are
got-
we not? Or
I haven't got a clue. Where are we?
Where are we?
Excuse me. More to the point.
Is this live?
On the way back, do we have to do we have to pay that bridge again?
Probably. Probably. If that's the only way for us to get back.
Just dawned on me.
Either
Yeah.
that or get a ferry.
Well, some of them have one-way
Pay-
payments. You know, like because on my bridge, you know, like where I have to pass through, you only
Yeah.
pay one way.
Yeah, only one way.
Well, you don't know what it's like.
But we
Yeah.
didn't even get a receipt, so I presume that's one way.
So Karen B, thank you again. It's pengar in Swedish.
All right. Okay.
It's money. Pengar.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not.
If only I was drunk, Doc Michael, but I don't drink alcohol, so
I'll do that for him.
he'll do that for me.
Yeah.
German is Geld, that's very true. Absolut richtig, Karen. Sehr gut gemacht. She'd be like, wow, he's showing off now.
I talk like that when I'm pissed. I do. I can speak German fluently.
Oh, I bet you can, yeah, just talk a bit louder. Yeah, National Memorial Gardens, hello there, by the way. And Mighty Atom, I forgot to mention you earlier as well. Hello. And Carolyn Gutman Day, hello. I hope I pronounced that name correctly. If I didn't, then shame on me. And thanks again to Trinity 4 for outing my sleeping patterns. Yeah. So, I mean, that's about it. I think we've mentioned pretty much
Yeah, we're done. We're done.
done. Yeah.
Okay, so it's Oslo.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Oslo in a couple of days.
Oslo in a couple of days on Sunday, and then it's another day off because we'll be travelling to
Stockholm.
Stockholm. Do we do the activism first, then get on the boat?
Yeah. We do Stockholm. We're going to be doing Stockholm fairly early. We will be.
Right.
Just so that we can still get 2 or 3 hours in. We're going to do that. It probably start off about 11 o'clock or so.
Yep.
Because it'd be good to our cruise, our boat isn't till 4:30, but it'd be good to get there in plenty of time. You know, like so if we can. I'd like to be finished by at least like.
I'd rather stay British than be Finnish.
Than be finished.
Yeah, not really.
I don't know. We haven't been there yet. It might.
Well, I
be,
haven't
it
been.
might, it might be better.
Quite close to Russia, isn't it?
Well,
Nothing against Russians, by the way. I like Russians. So that's not what I meant. I'm digging a hole.
digging
aren't
a
I?
hole.
Digging a hole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How deep's your hole?
There we go. No spade now. Spade's gone. Hole is deep. So it's going to be a bit of a. Never mind. The tiredness is talking now. It's just, you know.
I think so. And
And by the way, whoever made that comment about I need my hair cut, I went to the barber's yesterday, and if you don't believe me, ask Amanda.
I do. I need mine cut, but
Not that Amanda would know, but I told her about it. Someone was saying about, what was it, Doc Michael? I don't know. Somebody in here was making a comment about I need my hair cut or something like that. So there you go. See, there's always someone making a comment somewhere. You've got to keep your eyes peeled.
yeah.
Please.
Yeah. If you want to make comments, just donate, and we'll read out all your comments. There you go.
Ah, there we go. He said that was me. I donated enough for a rusty pair of scissors. And Trinity 4, again, is this meant really, or is this more the old humour kicking in? He thinks I look good. My hair looks good, mate. That's from Dave, who's just killed me all night in the chat. Dave, I love you, man. And I can't wait to see you in London on the 8th of December. That should be good. I really hope you and Andrea are going to be there, and of course Alexander
Better
as well.
be there.
And it shapes up. It's there is. I've been talking to a few people and all that, and there's a couple of surprises happening in
Yeah.
Leicester Square.
Is the Queen turning up? Is she?
So
She's got to give us one of her jewels.
well,
Yeah.
there'll be.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? We could buy a house with one of them, I reckon.
Nah, it's a really good surprise. You're all going to
Two
be
of her jewels?
extremely happy.
She's giving her one of her grandkids.
There'll be a moment, a proper moment happening. So there you go. So we need to get to the finish line. So please donate. You know what? I've started slowly getting more. This is bad. I've started getting more comfortable asking for money. I told you at the beginning of the tour, I was like,
Yeah.
I was terrible.
Yeah.
I just couldn't bring myself to
I
asking.
don't feel good also.
Yeah. You know,
No,
like
indeed.
I've worked hard all my life. I've never needed to
Okay.
ask people for money and that.
Well,
And
Well, this is a particular situation, and nobody feels comfortable about asking for donations, and this is the truth. You know, we all sit here and we don't like doing it. I don't like doing it.
I can't wait for the USA one to go,
Yeah.
and I'll be donating. That's fine. I'd rather be on the other side.
But the thing is, at the moment, we're just in, because we've been sort of caught out on a few occasions with the tolls and stuff. I mean, we knew we were going to have tolls and stuff like that, but I
Yeah.
mean, some of the prices have been horrendous. They really have been.
Yeah.
And you know,
I,
and once you're on a road, you're in the country and you've got to continue. There's no way of, you can't get out. You know, it's hard to get out.
ridiculous. Some of them are like
Yeah, of course it
36, 37 euros or
I'm
something.
I'm
like, what?
absolutely I'm amazed of it. I that's my biggest. I can't wait. I mean, I really I'm not looking forward to it because when we get to the end and all that, I've got to do a spreadsheet of like,
Yeah, it is
what
alright.
things were-
Yeah.
and that's the thing that frightens me the most. I can
Yeah.
imagine just tolls. That's going to be the biggest expense. You know, when I calculate them all together.
No, I haven't calculated it exactly, but it looks to me sometimes that the tolls are equal to the petrol. And I'm like,
Wow. Yeah. More than likely.
I mean,
you get like 37 euros, and then you go along again, and there's another
there's
12
another-
euros or another 20 or.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what?
yeah. And you've got to kind of do it, otherwise you just never met your targets. You know, like your times.
Mm.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, we could have avoided. Well, you couldn't have avoided this last toll, but we could have avoided so many tolls. But they would never have met their
No.
times. You'd never get there on time.
No.
We'd still be in France now. Seriously, I mean, it
Yeah.
takes forever to drive around France. I've been through. I was there last year in a car, and we
Yeah.
tried to avoid the toll roads. We were driving forever.
Especially with this car.
Big country if you don't go
Yeah,
on the motorway.
especially with the size.
Oh,
of
this
it as
one
well.
here.
This car
Yeah.
with
Yeah,
the
yeah,
people, they gotta go slow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just
Nice
awkward.
through corners.
How you
so-
drove today, that was incredible because that was really busy. Where you know, like we were looking for this parking spaces, and the traffic was hectic. There's tons of parking here. There's tons of it, but every bit of parking was taken. And we found one or two bits of parking, but good enough for a fee of 500. You know, like it's you'd never get we just couldn't get anywhere, could we? In the end, he literally just parked on a pavement outside of a posh restaurant and got away with it. You
Yeah.
know? I was convinced you're going to get a ticket, and I just thought, oh, to hell with it. I'll just deal with it.
Well, the
You know,
locals
get a
did.
ticket,
Brian
get on
said
with
you're
it.
bound to have a ticket. So did
Yeah.
Anna Sophie. She said the same. She
I
said
was
the same
positive
thing.
he was getting a ticket.
Then when we noticed
Yeah.
there was no ticket on there, we thought, well, that's a bit of good news because after what happened to us with the toll, we deserved a bit of good news on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
So what? It swings and roundabouts, I guess. But nevertheless, it has to be paid for. So that's the thing.
Oh, don't worry. I'm
you know.
not going to be asking no one for any tickets and all that. I'll deal with that myself.
No, but you know, I'm on about donations now. So you know, I'll keep pestering and mentioning it without a doubt because it has to be done. Like Dave rightly said, it's okay to ask, and with what we're doing, we have to. You know.
Yeah. Well,
you know.
I think
And we're doing this on behalf of everyone as well. We're sort of, you know,
Roxanne coined it, you know, like the People's Tour and that,
Yeah, of course
and
it is,
it is, you know, like we've brought you guys around, you know, along with the journey with us. It really has been the People's Tour this time, you know, like it was never been as much as the People's Tour. It was going to be just my tour. I was going to do this singularly. You wasn't even thought of, Jack. It was going to be me sat there in the driver's seat for the entire length of time. I was going to literally, the idea was to get a job and start the tour off and pack in my job, and then I'll get a job after the tour. That was the plan, always the plan. It's just that it ended up, well, I got half a decent job and then got a camper that needed paying for, so things changed, and then you came onto the scene and saved the day.
and the rest is history, as they say.
But the relay side of it, that's never entered my mind, the relay side, and I love that idea now, because that's what makes it the People's Tour. So when there'll be other tours, you know, like even a UK one,
You'd get a
again,
van, you'd use it for a week and then hand it over.
hand it over.
And then they'd use it for a week and hand it over.
Yeah,
or,
I don't- I-
or whatever.
I like the idea that there maybe could be a driver, you know, like yourself, you know, like I think that we should put your name forward for, because we know that you're reliable, dependable. We should put your name forward for the USA tour, and you can, and they're broken over there as well. They drive on the wrong side. You know, so you should fit in. Should be okay. Sorry, guys. Yeah. No, I think we'll put your name forward and all that, because I know Nathan Thompson. He's putting his name forward. He wants to do the entire tour in America, and
Awesome.
Which is not happening, Nathan. Not happening. Not the whole tour from start to finish.
could be a big tour.
Because
Nathan,
we
but,
don't-
we're going to.
Well, the idea is
Going to
that,
be in discussions.
yeah, the
That's
idea
nothing-
is. I'm
everything's
only
on the
joking here,
table.
by the way. We don't know
Yeah.
what's going to happen yet, do we?
Yeah,
All options are on the table, so to speak.
We'll get to January, and then we're going to increase the talks and see what's happening. We need someone to take a little bit more of a lead role. It won't be me taking the lead role. I'm just here to help.
I'm listening carefully.
Yeah, and yeah, but January. I mean, like, we've already set up a Skype chat with. I think there's about 6 or 7 of us in there at the moment, and then we're going to add a lot more people into that chat and talk a little bit more seriously about that. But I kind of got an idea on how that tour will go. This has been a bit of an eye opener now. We've learnt a lot from this one.
Oh, yeah.
There's so many lessons to be learned from
Sure.
this, and it's not, that's not necessarily the bad things. There's lots of things.
I think it's just going to be a doddle over there because of no language barrier. Although there will be a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean,
A
there's
little bit.
a little bit.
Well, we spoke about it. They haven't got the problems with the tolls. Certainly not
No
to
tolls,
the extent.
no Wi-Fi
The
problems.
gas is cheaper. The Wi-Fi isn't a problem.
Yeah.
So there's,
Oh.
you've got a few things there that are already that
That's
we've had
major,
issues
right?
with the whole time.
Yeah.
Since the beginning, we've had issues with this
And
stuff,
even
yeah.
like vehicles and everything, they're so much more cheaper over there and that. And yeah, I think it's going to be a breeze, and probably even get a bigger vehicle.
Yep.
Yeah.
But there is talks about that there may be a vehicle already.
Well, there might well be. Who knows? Are we talking little birdies? Have been saying that. Word round the camp.
Oh, but little birdies within our Skype chat.
Right.
So
Okay, so it's
in the proper
so it's
place. Yeah.
yeah. So certainly it's turning from ideas into reality.
Yeah. So it's still at idea stage.
Still
isn't
idea stage, but closer to it.
It?
Well, like I say, anything cooking down the west coast, and I'm your man.
So Sven wants the West Coast.
I definitely want the west coast. I don't know why, but I do. Yeah, I'd like the west coast.
I want to be. I want to be over towards like Florida and Cape Canaveral and Kennedy Space Center. That's where I want to be. I do. I want the biggest flat smacking truck parked outside Kennedy Space Center. I do. I want that bad. Stick it to them. I wouldn't mind doing Washington as well. What do you think?
Washington,
Yeah.
the Masonic headquarters.
I think to park right outside for 2 seconds has to be done.
Yeah. I would also go to the Lincoln Memorial and all that.
Yeah,
May as well do the
yeah.
whole lot.
Yeah,
Capitol Hill.
yeah. It's got to be, hasn't it?
Go and visit the folks on the hill, as
Yeah.
John Lennon called them.
And it will be. I imagine it will be a research flat Earth stroke globe lie.
Globe Lie, I would.
No.
I would always sort of incorporate Globe Lie in the name because it gives it more of a wider spectrum of possibility. It doesn't just have to be limited to the shape of the Earth. It's the shape of the Earth and some.
Yes.
Because there's lots of things that interconnect with it. There's so many dots to be connected. So we talk
That's it,
about,
because there's a lot of channels and all that just focusing on the science part of the shape of the Earth and that.
Yeah, in
But
fact,
there's so much more to this.
if we're going to go on about flat Earth, this is my perspective, my personal opinion. If I'm going to go flat Earth, then it puts the burden of proof is on me then to explain why I think the Earth is flat. Whereas if I say globe lie, I can come up with some observable proofs right now. All I have to do is just go on my,
as Roxanne says,
on my phone and show some
you
photos.
can take it to court.
Yeah.
With globe lies and and Earth is observably flat. You can take statements like that to court, but to just
And you can win in court. But if you've got to go in there saying flat Earth,
going to struggle.
then you're going to struggle because the burden of proof is on you. Simple as that. So globe lie is a better, for me, I think it's a better angle. I think so. But it might not work as well in America. America, there might be more up for the straight talking with flat Earth, and that's it.
As far as I'm
That might
concerned,
well
I've been
work.
saying this from day one. Look, Sven, you're on your journey. Sometimes we're on the same page, sometimes we're not, but you're on your journey and you say what you want to say.
Oh yeah,
You've got
absolutely.
no
Whatever
right to
works.
get in your way.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. No, whatever works with people. Whatever works with people, as long as it's getting a message out.
Yeah.
That's all that matters, really.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But with dignity and with an element of class and a bit of bearing in mind that we're representing a community that's ever growing. So we do have a responsibility as well when we're engaging with people. And we had this conversation last week with Howard as well.
Yeah.
You know, about.
Well, I do like the fact that, you know, like if we are, talking about, I don't know, domes and other things that we cannot prove, you know, like that we put that disclaimer in there all the time. And as long as we say, you know, like, look, this, I have a few theories, you know, like we're looking into this, or we're spitballing about that. You know, like, I think we should be able to talk about other stuff without fear and ridicule.
Yeah,
you should
well,
be able to talk about what you want.
Well, actually, that did happen today when somebody did say about, you know, I think of going along, they were coming from the angle of how does this all, you know, what's the meaning of all this sort of kind of question. And then, of course, you've got a plethora of angles you can go with on that one. You could say, well, I don't like my children being lied to, for example.
Yes,
You
yeah.
know, That's one angle that you can hit, especially if you see it's a mother or whatever, then they'll have empathy straight away. They're like, well, yeah, I don't want my kid lied to either. But then, of course, you can come with the whole school thing. It's the same in every country. It's no different to Germany, the UK system, in terms of they'll learn the globe version of events, and that's it. They won't be given an alternative or a balanced, opposed view on it.
I'm not 100% certain why. I can't seem to narrow it down myself. Why? What's the most important to me? Why I'm here?
Most important to me is to for me personally, for me personally, I always had the feeling something wasn't right.
Okay.
But I could never really put my finger on it.
So why are you here? So why do you want to do something about it?
Yeah, but now that I've discovered that I've learned how to open my eyes, now I want more.
Yes.
I think that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Now that I've realised, and those 3 or 4 pillar stones of flat earthism, which is seeing too far, water finding its level, and, you know, certain things that are irrefutable. Irrefutable.
I think,
you know?
maybe you know, like, and just touching on it a little bit, it might be community. The fact that because of being a bit of a loner at home and not being able to express myself or talk about these things with family, friends, and that, to have that little bit of community and like-minded people that do want to talk about this subject, maybe that is probably the biggest turn on for me why I want to, you know, like, be here.
I've gone too far down a road now to be able to retract and go back to where I was and hold the same conversations with people I was 4 years ago. I couldn't do that anymore now. I think that bus has left, you know what I mean? That ship has sailed. So for me now, my starting point is somewhere else now. I've got to now, if I can't do it within my own area where I'm living physically, then, you know, there's no better way of doing it and achieving that than what we did today, which is meeting up with people. Yeah. And when you do meet up with them, it's staying in touch with them.
Yeah. I've been very neglectful on that.
Backing that up with real contact, even if it's just a text to say, how are you doing? Or it's great to meet you, or whatever.
Harry was fantastic at that.
It's important. It's called looking after people. You know, you have to do that. You do it in business. You do it in.
Yeah. No, I'm not very good at that. I think Robin's fantastic at that.
Yeah.
He's good at that. Roxanne's good at that.
It's those little touches. It's like remembering someone's name straight away when they introduce themselves. Little things like that.
Yeah.
You know, they make all the
really
difference.
Important.
Yeah, they make all the difference.
Yeah, absolutely terrible. Well, you know, like, that's I'm lacking in them skills, and it is a skill that.
It is a skill and it's practice as well, like anything else. You right there, Lisa?
Yeah.
I'm fine.
You okay?
Ouch.
Yeah. Just trying to sneak past the camera.
Yeah.
No, that's all right. You snuck past it, but you banged your head in the process.
That wasn't my head.
What was it? Your knee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it made a thump, so I thought it was something solid. Yeah, ouch indeed, Vertek. The whole van shuddered when that happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I've gone too far now down the road to be able to go back. Now all I've got to do really for myself is learn more about it and and look at things like what Mike was talking about when he visited us with Alex in Spain, when he was talking about, you know, when Alex was saying he doesn't see mountain anymore, he sees elephant. There's all sorts of topics that are connected with what we're talking about that are worth taking a closer look at. And let's face it, we've been to a few eerie places as well. You can't tell me Gibraltar was kosher. When we went there, well, you weren't there, but when we went there, you know, it had a certain energy about it that I just didn't feel was right.
Yeah.
For some reason. And that can't just be to do with the weather. There's got to be other stuff involved. It has to be.
We still have a presence there, you know, like armies.
In Gibraltar, yeah, it's a big base.
Yeah,
they have the Royal Air Force. Bloody what do you call it?
Everything, yeah.
The airport, the airfield.
Yeah,
really
yeah,
goes
yeah.
right through it doesn't go right through the town, but it cuts. You have to walk across it to get into Gibraltar town.
Yeah.
You have to walk across, and then you're in the town. You know,
Right.
and they put the barriers down when a plane
I was
comes.
curious as well. Do they class it themselves? Because it was
They
mentioned
class
before.
themselves as Gibraltese.
So they don't class themselves as English, British. or
Not the
anything
ones
like
that live there and are born there and bred there, but the Brits who are based there, they're British
that. Right.
because they're there for a couple of years and then they go back. It's like with us when I was brought up in the army.
Yeah.
My dad would be based there for 3 years and based there for 5 years or whatever. We'd move around with him.
Because
you know.
like I see, I've always assumed like myself that, you know, places like that is England, okay? Because like when you put like a British consulate somewhere in a different country, when you go into that consulate or, you know, like that embassy, that consulate, that is England.
You're on their territory.
The second that you walk through that door,
That's
that you
right,
are
yeah.
in England, within the
Yeah.
embassies.
But Gibraltar is not England. Gibraltar is Gibraltar. It's a country that I don't know what its technical thing is. I mean, it will have it, and it will no doubt have an explanation
See,
somewhere.
I thought that was basically,
it's not
you know,
Britain.
like an embassy. That is England.
They've got their own national
Yeah.
football team. Gibraltar players, Gibraltar.
Yeah.
In fact, when we were there, they had a European qualifier against Switzerland.
Right.
So it wasn't like England playing them, it was
Yeah.
Gibraltar. They
Yeah.
got their own, you know, so it's a bit like, you know, I don't know. It's one of those old relics of Empire days. But you can see why they've kept the area, because it's a listening post for the whole Mediterranean.
course.
Anything that goes in the Medi has to go through there,
All the sewers.
all
yeah.
the sewers. So Britain, basically, you've got both ends of that sawn up. They've got Cyprus, where they're still based,
Mhm.
and they've got Gibraltar, so you've got both ends of the Mediterranean covered.
Yes.
And then you've got the Suez south of that, which of course Brits are heavily involved with that as well. You know, so you've got all these key areas. You know, all these, you don't have to have whole countries anymore. You just have to have key areas. You know, the
Yeah.
countries you then run differently by printing their money.
Did curiosity? Did anyone go up and see the monkeys?
No.
No.
No, we never managed it up there. We
Oh,
never
that's
got
a
anywhere
shame.
near there.
Well, is there not like a cable car that goes up?
There is a
No.
cable car as well, but it was the other end, and we would have been walking far too far.
I didn't know there was a cable car.
Yeah, it was on the side of the mountain, but on the first day we were there, it was windy as hell, and it looked like the end of the world. And then the next day when we went out, it was well, it was all right. I left a bit of chalk all over the place. I remember writing "Research Flat Earth" on the door of the police station,
Right.
or the wall of the police station
Yeah,
as we left.
And can they do you for vandalism or something? Even though it's
They,
gonna
they
be
might
washed
do.
away?
They could ask you maybe to scrub it off the wall or something like that, but it's chalk. I mean, not like we spray painted anything,
Yeah.
you know.
Because I remember Dave was having a little. Someone wasn't too happy in one of the places.
They do have World Chalking Day. If that makes any difference.
Right. I know on the the vegan activists, they do that. They hit a town and write tons of material about cruelty to animals and that.
I think we need to have a flat Earth Chalking Day on Earth Day.
Well, what's his name's putting something together, isn't he? Gary John. He's putting a truth convention together. And I believe, is it this Sunday? There's Truth Juice in Worcester.
Yes, there's a Flat Earth meet there as well at the same venue, Worcester, at 6 o'clock. I did post the address in the Discord, so if anybody has the address, Vertek, if you're listening, or Amanda or anybody, I put it in the Discord in the lobby, the address for the meetup on, God, when is it? The coming Sunday?
I'm sure it's this Sunday.
This
isn't it?
Sunday in Worcester.
Yeah.
If somebody could maybe copy and paste that into the Discord link or something, into the chat link, that would be great. It's in there somewhere. Yeah. They were all right, those guys who were there, weren't they? They were pretty open for all of it.
Yeah.
And the one lad who was from the Truth Juice crew,
Yeah.
He knew a lot of arguments pro flat Earth.
Yes.
He even knew about things like container and stuff like that next to a gas pressure and all that sort of stuff. He was like, he'd obviously done his research.
Yeah.
You know.
That was a great. That's one of the best meetups that I've been on. That one.
Right, it was good.
Thoroughly enjoyed it. You know, first walked through the door. Oh, we went to the wrong pub first. Yeah, we went in the wrong pub.
We went to the wrong pub, so we had to have a drink there that we'd ordered and drank it. And I, of course, ordered a pint of Coke, but he poured me half a pint of Coke, and no, he poured me a bit more than half a pint, but just charged me half a pint.
Yeah.
Because you realise that we went to the wrong pub.
Unbelievable.
Dave, thank you. You left a large box of chalk here for me. That's excellent. Where did you leave it? Do you know where it is? It will be up here somewhere, won't it? I'll find it. It's all right.
It's there. Look.
Oh, there it is, right in front of us. I thought they were stacks of money in paper. That's what they look like, don't they? You know the coins when you wrap the coins up?
No.
No.
Can I have an opinion? I said no.
Well, that's not an opinion. That's just lack of knowledge. On that bombshell.
Like chalk.
Yeah.
We're gonna have.
No, we found a box of chalk.
We're gonna have some fun.
We are gonna have some fun. Well, it's been good today as well. I mean, it's been tiring, but it's been fulfilling, isn't it? We've certainly used the day up
Yeah.
extensively, and
That's it. We squeezed every last drop out of today.
we did pretty much everything we could do today, really, given the circumstances. We started nice and early as well. We started pretty much on time today. The streams went down once or twice, I heard earlier, so people were switching from channel to channel.
That's my fault as well. I left my. I have to buy a cable tomorrow. I left my charge cable for my laptop, for my iPhone in my car, and I've got a charge cable here, and it's about, what would you say that is? 3 inches long, 4 inches, 3 inches, about 3 inches long.
3 inches long.
And it's so it wasn't charging properly today.
No, it was not charging properly today.
So I lost my stream after I started.
But tomorrow is another day.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Right, let's call it a night, guys. Let's call it a Friday night. I bet you all of those who missed Robin's drive time, shame on you. You should have. You could have easily have watched that. And I'm curious, did Robin play Double's latest? Because Double's latest is 007's fantastic, that one.
I missed drive time tonight, or the Friday show, because
I went in there briefly just for, I don't know, oh god, 5 minutes, say hello, but I couldn't hear anything.
Yeah. Doc Michael, thank you for putting that up there. You just put the address in there for the new Flat Earth meetup.
Yeah.
1st of December at 6 p.m. in Worcester. King Charles House. Now, if you know your history, one of the King Charleses met a very sticky and painful death.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did indeed. His head was sort of taken off him.
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
If anyone does donate or has donated, sorry, I can't get to my PayPal at the moment unless I shut the stream down. But thank you very much for them donations. And what I'll do, if anyone does donate, I will promise I'll read them all out tomorrow. We'll do a quick update and we'll read them. Many thanks to all of those that are going to be donating. If there is a time to donate, this is it. We're on the home stretch. We definitely need just to finish this off. Please donate.
Yeah, please keep it coming, really, and you know, it gets used. It really does get used. I can't see us leaving this tour with much change left over.
No.
If we still, I mean, let's put it this way: if all the donations stop now, we ain't gonna make it to the end of the tour.
No.
We can say that for certain. So we have to still sort of try and generate something.
Well, not like a €106 if we have to pay again on the way back.
Well, let's presume we do have to.
Yeah.
Let's presume we do have to. Let's go
Okay.
for worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Then
And then I've still got the ferry to buy for the channel for the crossing the channel.
Bloody hell, yeah.
I haven't done that bit. I just wanted to, because I didn't know what date
Yeah.
that we would. You know, it was a long way off, wasn't it? I didn't know what date that we would actually, if we'd ever make it on time. You know, God, 1,000,001 things could have gone wrong, and we've been extremely lucky. Well, what's happened? We've gone through 2 sets of tyres. We've had an exhaust that fell off.
We've missed a couple of windows.
Well, right. Oh God, please! They're all going to mount up now. Should have started
Windscreen
this way.
wiper?
Oh, stop it! Don't want to hear Lisa, please. I just realised there's 1 or 2 little bumps and.
But it's 15,500
scrapes.
miles on the clock, my friend, and it's been through the Alps and it's been through the Dolomites.
That makes it worse. There's depreciation now
And
on the
it's
vehicle.
been through Greece, you know, it's been through some very, very tricky countries
Yeah,
where
yeah.
the roads are
I tell you
everywhere.
what, it's actually
it's-
it's done extremely well,
you
and
know.
I'm more than happy. Whatever's done to the vehicle, I can fix. I'm quite happy to fix. Or Jack's just gonna have to live with me for a few weeks, and he's got to deal with it with me. We can always do that.
No problem.
No, I can deal with it all. I've got a fantastic mechanic who can put anything and everything right. Who's really cheap as well.
That's all very well and fine and dandy.
But how do I know him?
How do you know him?
Well, funny thing is, not only is he a mechanic, and he is an extremely good mechanic, and his father and his family owned garages and all that, but he was actually a funeral director, and that's how I know him. He's a funeral director.
Okay.
It's kind of weird, isn't it? But he's a really nice guy. Yeah.
Mm.
A mechanic, funeral director.
Heard it here first. Well, that's it, I
Right.
think, guys, for
Let me
the
squeeze
for this
past.
evening.
Let me say goodbye to these guys, and let me turn off.
Thank you, everybody. By the way,
Bye-bye.
I'll see you all tomorrow. I will put a vlog in tomorrow, whatever happens. So please check out the vlog on, yes, you guessed it, the Discord. Please join the Globe Lie Lounge Discord. I'm telling you, more and more people are joining it. It's troll free, and when we say troll free, we mean like troll free, really.
Let me give them a quick shout out just before I say goodbye,
Shout outs from Jason.
and then
Coming up.
that's weird looking at myself there going sideways, and
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? It's called technology, Jason. It's
tech-
amazing
technology.
stuff. Oh yeah.
oh,
It's amazing.
see before
Bloody
this,
amazing.
I just thought it was science. It's science.
Science,
It's
yeah.
science.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not. It's,
See, that's all quantum mechanics. That's all quantum
technology.
mechanics.
It's not. That's right. It's not
See?
science.
It's so
Technology.
small.
Okay, so I'll start. I'll go halfway up the chat. We'll start there. Mr. Trinity's here.
Mr. Trinity.
4.
There he is, Mr. Trinity.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
Good
Dave.
night, Dave, mate. See you soon. Speak to you
Plague
soon.
Zero, thanks for joining us. Plague Zero, Clive Albert, thank you very much for joining us. Deborah, thank you very much to join us. And we got Gary, we have Yippee, and Kieran. Kieran, thank you very much for joining us. Mr. Vertek, awesome, thank you, always a pleasure. And I love that name, Yippee, Yippee Zippy, Yippee Zippy, what a name, fantastic, I like that name. I used to have a website called WizWhat. Just silly names, you know, like that kid, you know, like, what's it, get attention, WizWhat. So, anyway.
What can you say? What can you say?
Karen B, thank you very much for joining us, and for all the links that you've been providing.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Mighty Atom, thank you very much for joining us. And we have... I think, yeah, it's always the same names. Now, you know, there's been a lot more people who I wish you guys would speak up. Oh, Mr. Meekster's been in.
Oh, has Adam been in, has he? Hello, Adam.
Adam's been in, so if you're still watching, thank you very much for joining us, Adam. He has been putting the donation, links there. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Karen, for those compliments. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
I think because we need some more donations, what we'll do is just for Adam, we'll play his favourite song tomorrow, and then you guys can all donate, and we will stop on request. Who else? And FEMX, of course. You know, like thank you. That'd be Alexandra or. Emmanuel Upperman, thank you very much. Did I say Dagon? Thank you very much for joining us. And Amanda GD, Globe Denier. That's what GD stands for, doesn't it?
It is.
Yes.
It is. She denies the globe, you know.
Does she?
Amanda does, yeah. She's a big denier of globes.
Yeah, and Toby says, did we enjoy Copenhagen? Let's go round the bus. Lisa, did you enjoy Copenhagen?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was a resounding proper yeah. And Jack?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
just
did. In the end,
yeah.
I did. Yeah. I would be a little
Yes.
longer, but
Yes, I enjoyed it.
I wanted more time.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wanted more time to
Yeah. I've got 2% battery on that.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because for the sheer fact that those people came. I say those people because I can't think of the names off the top of my head very quickly. But you know, when they all came, it was great to feel that we were part of something. Because you know, our group has gone down in size now. There's only 4 of us on here. So having them there, suddenly we were 8, and
Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah.
And we were getting to know each other.
Oh,
and
wait till we get to Leicester Square.
yeah, well, Leicester Square is, that's going to be
58.
a highlight.
Anyway, so yeah, so yes, and to your answer, Toby, I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I certainly would like to come again. I'd like to come here again twice. I'd like to come here again in the winter and go along that stretch because all that food and all that, all the hot, it just the smells are just beautiful.
Yeah, it was very nice.
The mulled wines and all the alcohol and all that. Oh yeah, I'd really definitely like to come again in the winter, but also I'd like to come in the summer.
Summer, I'd like to come here. I bet it's really nice here in summer.
Yeah.
It looks
So-
picturesque.
Yeah. So Doc Michael, I don't know if I said thank you for thank you very much for joining us. Always a pleasure with Doc. He's always faithfully with all of them links, and I think I said thank you to everybody. Yep, everybody said thank you and good night.
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody.
Good night, all.
Seriously, from the heart, thank you for all your help and support. Thank you for tuning in to watch us blab away and talk about our day. And look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And some of yous, well, see you all soon, and some of you sooner
Should we
in the Discord.
So we're in Sweden now, aren't we?
We're in Sweden now, and we're sort of on our way to Norway, which is where we'll make our way to tomorrow.
So
We stayed in Sweden because we have Swedish krona on us.
okay, so what we need to do is every time that we're in Sweden and bypassing Sweden, you're not allowed to play any more records, Jack, other than ABBA.
Yeah,
All right.
ABBA only.
Only ABBA. Yeah, isn't it? That's got to be done, isn't it, Lisa? What do you think? ABBA only. And don't forget, and we're doing this ABBA track tomorrow. Lisa and Sven are going to be singing tomorrow this ABBA track.
Are we?
Yeah. You guys said.
Only.
I've got at the moment
I'm sure I can think of
50 odd
something better.
people that will back me up. They all heard that.
Yeah, well,
ABBA tomorrow. So so tune in tomorrow, and I'll read out all your fantastic donations, and then we can listen to that ABBA track. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Cheers, guys.
See you, everybody. See you later.
Cheers.
Take it easy. Speak to you all very
Bye-bye.
soon. Some sooner.
Nighty night. Bye.